Click here if you want to start a race. Click here.
Okay.
Welcome to the...
Welcome to the...
This is the work.
Yeah,
This
cool.
is...
Actually, I don't know if that's legal. If starting with the proper car is legal. I guess we'll find out. Yes, I don't know why it wouldn't be illegal. Oh, I should probably split up.
Congratulations, you've won a race. This is...
I really need to make an auto splitter, I swear. It's so easy. I think I'm actually gonna do that. I think so, I think so. I think as I play the game more, I'm starting to get better at not messing up on the things that I messed up originally. And I'm also kind of more locked in. First loop skip. Can we get 3? Can we get 3? That is the question. Ah, we can get a bounce on that, which is not ideal. But... No! Okay. It's all good. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. Ooh, insane! Got the skip on the second one. Dang, that was a pretty solid PB.
This is where...
Oh, what the hell? Oh, okay. That was weird. I hate when this happens. Video game does video game things. Insane. It is rather entertaining, to be fair. No, dude. Keeps going in the wrong direction. The arrow keys... the arrow keys are, like, the direction that you go is signified by, like, the direction based on the front of the vehicle. So, not the actual direction.
This is where...
not the actual direction you want them to go in, so... To be fair, that would be a little more confusing. If it were the case. I braked a little too early there. Hello, Sandy. Give a move, thank you. No! Okay, well, at least I can get this one. Dude, come on. I got jammed! I got jammed! It's all good because I can still get ahead. Because I'm a gamer. He says being not a gamer. Whoa! Do not steal my power-ups. He stole both of them? He stole both of them! What a guy. Oh man, and he even like used it kind of recently. Okay. Ah. Okay, if I can get past this area without like being a silly guy. No! 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 Oh. Bro. It's so Jover. It's so Jover. Okay, this run is already like right here. Dude, get out of here, Sid. Why did I use that? True, true, true. That's real. That's real. That's real. I still have a lot of chances because I had to do Barret Flambo 4 times, so I still have a chance to get a PB. No, jam. Ooh. Almost got jammed.
Congratulations, you've won.
Is Radium time? Did I pick Radium? I hope I did.
This is where.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Radium is going to be controlled. Perfect. Dude, we're doing it. We're doing it. Okay, avoid the jam guy. Put the jam down right here so he slips on it. Perfect. Holy cow. Never seen a run that good in my life, bro. From me. Dude, jam truck. Oh my lord. Hello. Dude, this is a really good rating so far. This is true. Yo! Me when I clipped into that back wall. Nice. We've done it.
Congratulations. This is
No.
where we look. This is the workshop
Get me out of this
where
car.
you choose your car and tires.
This is the workshop where you choose your car and tires. Do you guys know that? I've got kind of a headache, by the way. So, but, you know, we ball. I wanted to do this stream really bad, and I knew that I would continue putting it off if I didn't do it today. So I just said, you know, we're just gonna do it. Yeah, that jam truck did help me out a lot. No, please. That one didn't know. Okay. I keep seeing that we're in red time, and I'm like, ugh. And then I realize, oh yeah, we're gonna be in red time City 4, but we'll get it. We'll get it back. We'll get it back. Baron Flambeau, first try. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. I was trying to avoid that. Instead, just went straight into him.
Congratulations, you've won. This is what.
This is what. This is what. Hello, Brad. Dude, come on, Brad. Dude. Not megahertz? Okay, whatever. This track is not too hard. That's too hard. If I can stop spinning out, holy cow. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, perfect. So good. Okay. We got some time back on this guy, because last time we struggled on this dude. Okay.
This is what.
Excellent. Okay. Oh, I probably should have picked Sandy's car. That's fine. We'll be okay. Ooh. Oh, I have barely enough speed to make that. Okay. Come on, buddy. Haha. Get freaking trolled. Megahertz. Ugh. I hate that bumpy guy. Oh boy! Megahertz almost trolled me. I love how the dragster's so long. So you just like smack people with it. It's very funny. Indeed. Get into Flambeau. We are getting to Flambeau here. That was a fine light slide there. Oh, jeez. Make it. Nope. Yeah, I braked a little too hard earlier. I did not have quite enough speed. Okay. Whew. That was. Oh boy! No! Dude, no! Sandy! Bro. What did I say? What did I say about Sandy, bro? Ah, jeez. I mean, Brad being in front is fine. Like, he can be in front all he wants. See, if I would have gotten one of those boosts, like I did just barely there, that would have been, like, the save. I think. I would have won that last round. Because I think it would have, like, bounced me far enough to have passed. Yeah, look at that. The second bounce. Can I get a third? Oh, jeez. Okay. That wasn't good. Okay, come on, make it. Oh, dude. I don't know what it is. Third lap. Never make it. Okay, if somebody starts... Hey, we got the jump. We got the third jump. Okay. Oh, God. Okay.
Congratulations, you.
Okay, Desert 4.
This is.
This one's not too bad. Especially if I can get that weird spawn value. Well, I guess I don't even need to, because I just got ahead. I don't know if that's faster, but for some reason I feel like it is. Locked in. Oh! Oh. Okay. Dude, he is not locked in anymore. Okay.
Congratulations, you've won. This is.
Okay. Baron Flambeau. Baron Flambeau. Can we get him first try? Okay. Get off my tail, bro. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Running him off the road! No! That was too risky. It was too risky. I shouldn't have done it. I should have knocked on for loop skip. If that, like, costs me this race, I'm gonna be so upset. Perfect, perfect, wonderful. Uh-oh. Ah! Why am I not moving? Oh! My brain is playing tricks on me, bro. Uh-oh. No! Okay. I have momentary iPhones, so if he had tried to ram me there, it would have ended poorly for him, because he would have not been able to. He would have just phased right through me. Okay, no loop skip this time. We're not being ballsy. First try, Baron! First try, Baron!
Well done. This is where we look at
No.
who is compete. This is the
First try, Baron! We did the thing.
This is
Heck yeah. Okay, this is gonna be huge. Man. That feels good to have first time there. Oh man. We really need to figure out a strat for that. Maybe there's a better car that you can pick for this track in particular. I'm gonna have to really, like, sandbox this. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But, like, how much slower because of the fact that there's two boosts right there. So you can slam on the brakes all you want, but there's a minimum amount of speed you're gonna hit those fans with. And it's also like an upwards ramp, so you're getting flung kind of up anyway. Yeah, it's like it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky. Oh, that could have been bad. Okay. That was good. That was good. I just started braking immediately on the once I hit the boosters, I started braking. And that was good. That was good. The rest of it was not. But, okay, come on, bro. Quit trolling. Okay. We're doing it. We're doing it.
You've won a...
Dude, I won a race. Holy cow.
This is...
Okay. This one was kind of hard. Well, not like hard to get away from the NPCs. It was just like difficult for me to not be hitting like trap obstacles constantly. Ah, jeez. Oh. Okay, we're good. I had momentary iframe, so I did not get bounced everywhere. Whoa. I don't know. Oh wow. Oh wow. Dude, I like how that's an insta respawn. It's nice because you don't have to wait for like the fall, but it's kind of funny that just hitting the corner of that is an insta respawn. Okay, yeah, we are like a solid 6 minutes ahead. Holy cow!
This is where we look at who.
This is good. We're on a good pace here. Okay, just get this one. Okay, we're so chill. This one is just like, this one is free as hell. Free as hell. freest there has ever been free. Dude, I'm about to lap this guy? That's crazy. I'm about to lap Radium. I'm about to lap Sandy. No, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Stop that. Oh, jeez.
Congratulations, you.
Okay.
This is
This is fine. Oh, jeez, come on. But yeah, I would love to make like an auto splitter for this. Like even even set it up so that you can record like in-game time stuff. So like without menus. Because this is also very possible as well, based on what I know about the game. Very doable. I mean, obviously, that's not what the current timers are like set up for, because of the fact that there is no auto splitter for the game, and you know, it's kind of difficult to judge when like the time should be time and whatnot. You know. That was kind of a fumble. Nice. Fumble in my favor. Brad just got obliterated. Don't crush me, thank you. Never know what the timing on those crushers is. I think it just crushed. Nice. Dude, yeah, we are a solid like 6 minutes ahead.
Congratulations, you've won. This is where we look at.
All right, Mr. Snake. Don't pause, please. Thank you. Yeah, you're close to me, bro. We're close to me. How dare you? Shoot. Oh! Uh-oh. That's not good. That's all good. I can get out of it. Dude, I'm not, like, breaking as much as I should be. This is causing me a downfall, so... Oh, jeez, okay. Now he's got the stupid power up, which I hope he doesn't use yet, like right now. Ah, he used the power up and then just got immediately trolled. That's pretty good. Instant karma. Instant karma. Yeah, just keep doing it, bro. Just keep doing it. Oh, come on. Nice. Okay. We got pretty good snake run.
Fantastic.
Lost a bit of time.
This is where we look at who is competing in the race. This is the workshop
Freaking
where you
chicken,
choose
bro.
your car and tires.
Quit
This is
changing
where-
mine. Poor, bro. Dude, snake. What kind of snake was it? Oh. Oh, yeah. Those are quite prevalent in a lot of places. Jeez, come on. Dude, I'm really fumbling the bag right now. What am I doing? Okay. We can flip around. I gotta check, what's his face? I gotta check Grills to see, if there is a better strat for this. I see. Yeah. I've heard that they can be rather irritating. Because they just like to be everywhere where you don't want them to be. It's like, bro, get out of here. You are causing problems in my neighborhood. Come on. Nope. Nope. Come on. Okay, we did it. Okay.
Congratulations.
Uncharted territory.
This is
Go away, Grant. We didn't get a crash this time because we did not have cheap viewers bot in our chat. Oh, jeez. Why am I doing that? Oh, I should have picked that up. Yeah. Ice blocked. It's fine. It's fine because... Dude! Okay. Now that was egregious. No! Everyone hit the electric obstacle. This is unfortunate. Oh, come on. I think using regular tires in Arctic might do me some favors here instead of using slicks like I have them. Like, yes, it won't be as fast. Why did I? It's fine. It's fine, because you get iframes to get through it the second time, so if you don't get through it the first, it's fine. Fantastic! Thank you, Toadette TV. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I love this game too. I've been working on reverse engineering it because I would like to do something akin to like OpenRCT2 with this game because I think it's very cool. I could have just gone there. It killed me. It was fine. No, come on. Oh, dude. Okay, this is suboptimal. As long as Baron didn't get in front of me, it's fine. Okay, we're good. Yes, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, you've won. Congratulations. This is where we look.
I hope you enjoy. We've had the game crash. 2 times, 3 times now, I think. Yeah, no, it's been 2. It's been 2, not quite 3 yet. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, this stupid ice puddle. Okay, so you can completely avoid this fan if you're smart, which I was not this time. But if you approach it at a smart angle, you can completely avoid it. Thank you, I appreciate it. Welcome Sonic 7 as well. Oh, jeez. I think I recognize your name from the Lego speedrunning server, actually. Oh, jeez. Okay, this is not good. Yeah, that was suboptimal. Okay, perfect. We avoided the fan. That was exactly what I was trying to do. Heck yeah. That is good news. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, I really need different tires here. Oh, no! Okay. No, we're fine. We're fine. We're good, we're good. I can't start throwing. This is fair. This is fair. I'm aware that there are only a few submissions. Been known to speedrun some Lego. Perfect. Perfect. The Lego speedrunning zone.
This is where.
Okay. Okay. 3 more. 3 more races. 3 more races. I'm just gonna use this power up because I don't really need it. Oh no, I forgot about that puddle. In the code, those like puddle things are called drive or die pieces, which is funny. Indeed. I think that one's probably like the most funny one out of them all, but jeez, I need to get in front of Snake. This is problematic. Okay, maybe I can ice him. Where did he go, bro? How is he so far ahead? Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where he's at now. He's gonna be way far now. Okay, I see his, like, skid marks, so he's somewhat close still. Ah, nope. I have to redo this guy. Okay. Unlucky, unlucky, unlucky. It's fine. It's fine. We're just gonna keep going. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. We go again. Thank you for the resub, Tomato. That's what I'm saying. We do go. Oh, dude, that guy got frozen. Get freaking frozen there, dude. Oh, jeez, okay. I forgot about that. Ooh. Oh, man. This track is really ruthless. Holy cow. Really mean with it. Dude, okay. I did not need to do it. I did not need to do a spin in the middle of the track, dude. Okay, so use the power up and grab this. Okay, and then just go for it. Okay, that was not great, but you know, we take those, we take those. Okay, okay. Oh, jeez, no. Dude! Alright. The greed got a hold of me. The greed got a hold of me.
Congratulations,
Okay.
you've won.
Glacier. Okay, so for this, we're gonna switch out to
Click on the blue
Snake
race button
Scar
when you're
with
happy with your car.
extra grip tires.
This is where
Okay. This one is a pain. Because Glacier is really irritating. And also now I have to get used to how Snake Scar drives. Compared to the other guy. Because it drives a lot different, I will say. Okay, well. Go, 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 go! Ah, dude! I was like one frame too late. I'm being too careful. Get iced on this. I love that part of the track because this is the best place to ice Glacier. When you have the ice power up, that is. Jam? Jam? Alright. Dude, come on. These snowmaps are insane, yes. Okay. And then thankfully I've done the Mr. X course like a million times. Dude, oh my lord! Another bot! Okay, I'm not gonna risk a game crash this time. Because last time I obliterated a bot, it crashed my game. Like 40 minutes into the run. So... yeah. No! Dude, I'm so bad. Skill issue? On-demand skill issue? Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We don't care. Oh, likely ban evader. Okay, excellent, excellent. Very cool. I did not see the thing. It typically just says first time chatter, but it says likely ban evader, so it's all good. Thank you, Tablet.
congratulations, you've won these.
Dude, I've won. Okay.
Amazing.
Amazing. Oh, cool.
This is the workshop where you choose your car and tires.
This guy again.
This is where we look at.
It's time to beat Mr. X. It's time to beat Mr. X. It's time to become the world champion. Dude, how did he get one too? Huh. Crazy. Ah, okay. That was kind of brutal. Loop skip? Nah. Crusher? Crush him, crush him, crush him, crush him? Yeah! Hell yeah, okay. The timing was good. Oh, alright. I'm gonna wait to use it until here for a reason that will become obvious. That's why. Nice! Okay. Loop skip and barely missed the crusher. If you're like even within the square of the crusher, while the animation plays, you get crushed, even if you did not physically get crushed. This is a bad fan cycle. Mr. X getting stuck on the loop over there. Hilarious. I've played this level, like, probably more than any other level in the campaign. Because I really enjoy this level, because it's fun. And it's like, you know, it's positioned as like the ultimate challenge or whatever. Ah, see, sometimes this can happen, which is suboptimal. Dude, oh my lord, Mr. X is all the way back there at the beginning of the... He's not even on the third lap yet. Oh, loop skip again. Ooh, good fan cycles? Good... Whoa! Okay. Dude, wow. Hello, Mr. X. You just obliterated yourself. Dude, this man is like growing senile. In the, like, 25 years it's been. They've had him trapped in the video game for too long. Heck yeah! Okay, 48-27. We did the thing. We did the thing.
Congratulations, you've won these fabulous prizes.
We beat the game. We beat the game. Hell yeah. Top 7 in the world on new Savefile? Dude, why is the credit song so good? It's like insane. This is also the intro song, actually. We did it!
World champion.
Insane.
Please select any race you like.
Okay. Hell yeah. Very, very good. Very good. Give me a second. I have to do the thing. How do I do this? Hell yeah. This is very good. This is very good. We did it. Wow, look at that. Times. They're not great, but it's my first like completed run. This was good. This was good.